Vicky from Bright in Mind, and today we're going to talk about how to be happy in a corporate environment. Check this out. Number one is knowing that your work has meaning. Being in a corporate environment for, oh my gosh, almost 20 years now, I always had to make sure that in order to feel more present and I feel my importance is that my job actually has meaning. I didn't look down at myself as like what this task can be done. It's more of like, how can I be able to support? Even it's just that one single task, even it's so minimal, how can I help impact others, especially in a big corporation, what they need to do to make things easier? And that's the thing, it's like called like being a team player. I feel like you're making more of an impact instead of looking down at your job saying this doesn't matter. And you know what? It does matter. You have to think of your job, especially in a corporate environment, that it's like a butterfly effect. If you don't complete the task that you have done or that you're completing in your job, it can affect different change down the road. It can affect different departments, different business units, different stakeholders that need your work. So your work is important without you even realizing it. You may see your work as just like a small blip in this huge organization, but it does make a difference, and it does the reason why they have you in your role. Recognizing that can make you feel happier. Maybe you might not be happy at the current role you're in, but it can make you realize that you have some importance, and that's a big thing when it comes to being happy in the corporate environment. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment, and turn on notifications so you can get more videos like this. Turning on notifications and subscribing will help get more of this information to out more people to help brighten your mind, to brighten your life, and brighten your world in all areas. Subscribe now. Next is to find reasons to celebrate. When you find reasons to celebrate, it brings more happiness to the office place, especially if it's with your work bestie or with positive, uplifting coworkers. You want to celebrate. This helps with improving your mental health. You want to help celebrate milestones, life events, and even job changes for different coworkers. When you do that, you're giving and receiving recognition. When you give and receive recognition, it's like you sending energy out of support and encouragement, not just to others, but to yourself. Because energetically, when you give and receive recognition, that's why Hollywood has all those award shows. Because when you're giving, receiving, and all these different companies use recognition as one, is when you give and receive recognition, you're telling the universe, hey, like, I'm so happy for this person. It's like shooting you back 10 times more energy that eventually you'll feel that feeling as well. And I even heard a study that one of the reasons why people leave a company is not because of the pay, it's because they're not recognized. So recognition is so important, and which is important to celebrate in the office. Next is to take small breaks throughout the day. There's a study that said that prolonged sitting is like the new early death, meaning if you're sitting too long, it's not good for you. So when you take breaks, you're actually moving not just like your body, but also like your mind. It's best when you take a break to like step away from your desk. They say every hour you should at least walk around your desk for like 5 minutes. And when you do that, you're actually increasing your productivity because you're out of that mindset of just like the cycle over and over, and you're moving your muscles, your physiology, and it's just so much better for your health long term. So you might as well take a break. One way of taking a break is sometimes I meditate. Like luckily my work here has a meditation room, so I do use that and take advantage of that. But also if you can't, like, book a meeting room. Like right now I'm in a meeting room making this YouTube video for you guys during my lunchtime. Just letting you know that. When you take that break, for example, when I'm working and I'm working on like a report or something, and I don't take that break, I can feel I'm getting tense, my energy starting to go down, and I'm more prone to like make a mistake on what I have to get done. Or I'm not finishing as sooner and efficient as I could. When I leave for even just like 2 minutes and do some stretches, I come back and I finish the task like faster, with more efficiency and more energy. And that's what you want to do. Breaks, breaks, breaks. Totally worth it. Next is have an attitude of gratitude, or better yet, an attitude of appreciation, and saying thank you more often. And one way you can do that is have a gratitude journal. I have a gratitude journal at my desk that I do my best to write every single day. If I can, it's every Friday. And when I write it, it physiologically changes mood and moment of the day. I'm less annoyed at certain office politics. I'm less annoyed at negativity that can come, especially with the work environment. Sometimes corporate can be very toxic, especially if you don't know how to deal with like toxic negativity and people who get involved with so many politics. When you're appreciative, and the reason why I say appreciative, because it's like one step level than gratitude. Esther Hicks talks about how gratitude is just at another level than appreciation. Gratitude is like thinking it was awesome. It's like, it's still awesome. It's still great energy. It's still thinking at a level of, hey, I'm grateful because I don't have that. Like, I'm grateful for my house because I'm not homeless. I'm grateful for the job I have because income that's coming in, and I don't have like no job. I'm grateful for food to eat because I don't go hungry. So that's being grateful. When you're appreciative, it's more of like, I'm so appreciative of what I currently have. And it stops there. Like, you don't think about what you don't have. You see the difference? So when you're appreciative of like being able to come in, being able to be around like a work bestie if you have one, being able to be appreciative that you have income coming in, being appreciative that you're breathing, that you're able to open your eyes in the morning. And one way to help that is writing in a gratitude journal / I would like to call it an appreciative journal, just because you're being more appreciative of what you currently have, and being even like small things. Like for me, one thing I'm always appreciative is like definitely for sure like my wife and Bella. They're always on that list, always sending me light, love, and joy. Love them so much. Another thing is just being able to have like eyes to read and being able to understand. A lot of people can't read in the world, so small little things. That was being gratitude at that moment there, but being appreciative, just like being in the moment and mindful. This prevents negativity, especially in the workplace. You do your best at that moment, because when you're being more appreciative, again, I always talk about on my channel, you're changing your vibration, because when you change your vibration, that's what goes into your thoughts and it goes out into into the universe, and you get more of it. And that's one of the things that you can do to help like positively impact your life. It's such a simple thing that people don't do, but it has a huge impact. Just be appreciative where you're at. If it could be like such a negative, toxic environment, be appreciative for that contrast, because it will focus on helping you getting to the next role. When you're still appreciative for that, you're again helping to change your vibration, because your vibration is just so focused on the toxic environment. When you have that positivity or that energy change, that's when things start to change magically. Be appreciative. Another thing you can do is ask for feedback. Some people might be afraid to ask their manager, supervisor, team lead for feedback. It's good to know where you're at, because some won't say. Yeah, you might be able to get in performance reviews in here and there, but you don't have to just get it from your superiors. You can also ask your coworkers. Ask them, like for specifically, sometimes I ask them, like my coworkers, am I being too negative? Am I doing like, what do you guys think? Like, what are your viewpoint on this? Even with your manager, you have to ask. Like sometimes I ask them, like, am I doing a good job? And then sometimes they're surprised, because just like they say to me, Vicky, if you don't hear anything for us, you're doing a good job, which is good. I mean, there's no complaints here and that, but like sometimes there are small little things that I don't have self-awareness on, that maybe other people see that and I don't. And if I'd love to hear it, sometimes it can be tough. If you take that and look at what they're saying and really focus on, how can I be better? How can I be better from this? That will definitely help you out when it comes to feedback. When it comes to feedback as well, this is like on top of the feedback, is like setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is such a big thing, such a big concept that I'm gonna do a video on. This concept alone is setting boundaries with like your family, friends, and especially at the workplace. Like if you say yes to everything, you're gonna burn out and you're gonna be bitter. But if you start to set boundaries and say, hey, no, I need to do, in order for me to do a good job here, I need this, and this. And you set that boundaries with yourself, with your coworkers, with different units, with different departments that you work with, especially in corporate. So you want to set those boundaries and do it in an assertive way. Not passive aggressive or aggressive, but assertive, saying like, my time's important. Like, yes, I will help you, but on my terms. For anyone interested, I have a free course in my blueprint that you can get below. It's a course that I had once on Udemy that you can get for free. It'll help with your mindset, with like raising your vibration and like changing your frequency to help you get what you want in life. Click the link below to get free access to this course. Next is to have a healthy work-life balance, especially for those who need that rest. Not so much for those who love their job. There are some few that do and just love being there and being in the know. But I'm talking about the ones who actually need that recharge and that rest. Have a work-life balance. When your day is over, really recharge. Like shut it off, just disconnect. This can really help with reducing stress, giving more rest and relaxation for your mind, body, and soul. And anything like that can really help impact you for that, so that you have energy for your next day. Switching off, especially for those who need it, and I think everyone should, even those workaholics, it's needed. Switching off completely helps you be more focused, and it even feels like you're more efficient and sharp for the next day. And speaking of work-life balance, this includes taking your vacation, like actually taking your vacation. You want to make sure you take that rest, you take that time off. Stories where I heard where people, companies and corporations, you're replaceable. I mean, it's such a big corporation. There's someone, the story I heard is that someone who didn't take any vacation, thought they would be promoted, things like that. And then they realized that they didn't need them the next year, so they were let go. They worked so hard for the company and they just let them go, and they didn't even take any time to rest and relaxation. So this is a tip, like take your vacation and really like unwind and really take time for your mind. Having a rest is like a recharge. In this book, Do Nothing, talks about how people who were overworked, who always went above and beyond, who always did more and never took a break, it was only about 6% increase in average in wage without no breaks. So take that break. I mean, that's such a small percentage of, if you're wanting that promotion or that increase in wage, it didn't really make a difference because they never took a break. And it goes hand in hand with the story Sharpen Your Axe. It's a story of two Canadian lumberjacks. There's one lumberjack that was working 10 hours a day, doing so many things and like still producing less than another one, working 6 to 7 hours a day. He was so annoyed at the end of the week that he went up to this lumberjack who was working 6 to 7 hours a day, who was producing almost double of what he was, and asked him, "What are you doing? Like, I'm working 10 hours straight. I don't take any breaks. I just keep axing at this wood, and you're still doing double production." The one that produced double production within 6 to 7 hours, he basically said, "I take breaks, I eat, and I sharpen my axe." He spent an extra 2 hours sharpening his axe so it's sharper, so that he's able to produce more. So if you think about it, sharpening your axe is like taking that break to become more sharper, so that when you're back, you have that energy to do everything you need to do. And with the healthy work-life balance, you also want to make sure, especially if you have a family, just to make sure that they're not being neglected. Because if you think about it, you're replaceable, especially in a corporation, and your family will always be there. So you always want to make sure that they are a priority. Next is to bring like a little book that you can read, especially with quotes. And one book that I read every single morning is 365 Morning Meditations. And I think right now this is like the old cover and the new cover is called Gratitude Sunrise. But I read this every morning, like, because it shows here like what day it's on. It's one per day. I read it with coworkers that sit near me, and it positively impacts our day. And when you do that, when you're reading these like little quotes, like even just right when you walk in, sit down, it's like setting the mood, it's setting the vibration. Not only that, I wanted people around me to read it because like once they set their mood, it's affecting like my mood. Like you don't realize how much people around you can affect your energy. Everyone in the world has their own aura, which is like an energy field around you. And when people are like negative and like not feeling good, like you can pick up on that. Unless you like build a armor or a like energetic shield, which these tips will help. It's like a simple way to help positive impact to the day. I post this, I try to do every time I'm in the office, is to like post the page of the day on my social, on the Bright in Mind Instagram, TikTok, you know, things like that, or my YouTube shorts. And I kid you not, I've had a lot of people message me and ask me, "Hey, like, what is that book called? Like, what is that book called?" It's just such good energy, this book, that I will do a 5 ideas on this book. That's another hack, is like having a little book in your on your desk and like reading it. It'll only take like 30 seconds, especially if it's like a sentence. It's such a hack for a corporate environment. Next is to have fun. You're at your corporate job for more than 8 hours a day. Some are at their corporate job for more than 8 hours a day. And your 8 hours a day, you want to make sure that you are enjoying the moment. You are having fun. Find a work bestie. If you have a work bestie, spend more time with them. If you have positive, uplifting coworkers, which like luckily I have some, I think because it helped change the vibration of reading these quotes as well. Sit with them, have lunch with them. The other day I was having lunch with 2 of my coworkers, and we started laughing so hard because we were talking about different movies, like The Office Christmas Party, such a funny movie, and like movies like Mean Girls, and just like joking about what scenes and things like that and funny things that's happened in our life. And when we did that, all of us we started laughing, and we had like such a great afternoon. We just like enjoy each other's company. And so like that's another hack, is like really spend time with these people. Like let's like take your break, take your lunch break. You should be taking your lunch break. And when you have that time to laugh and enjoy people's company, oh man, it's totally worth it. It makes like the workplace like so much better and more calm and more at ease. Like just make sure that you laugh when you're at work. For me, fun is like meditating or even reading a book, like reading a book that makes you like feel so good. Like that can be fun. Right? The next, if you have an office gym or if you have nice weather during like all seasons, go outside for a walk. Luckily, I do have a gym in my building. There's no exercise equipment. There's still a big room. You can bring a yoga mat. Like I was able to bring some weights, and I kid you not, when I take my lunch break to go do like stretching, watching YouTube videos on different exercises I can do for body weight workouts, it's awesome. Like I just feel so much energy in the afternoon. I don't even need a coffee in the afternoon. I don't really drink coffee in the afternoon, but I don't because I think it's because of the energy that I get from when I'm at the gym. It's like another hack. It's if you don't have a gym at your work, then find one that's close by. If you can't even do that, just go and walk outside. Walk outside, especially for those who don't have a winter. Even if you winter, you can bundle up, walk outside, just get the fresh air, just get some negative ions and just enjoy the moment, be at peace and just focus on being present. And if you really don't want to go outside, try to see if you can just like walk around your floor and just change the physiology instead of just sitting there focused on the same thing, not moving and not taking a break. So that's another hack, is to like use your gym, even if just to work out, even if it's just to like stretch or even meditate. The next is to have personal goals and desires outside of the workplace. When I talk to my wife, who's also in corporate, she notices, and myself, I notice the same thing, is that the ones who have goals and desires and strives outside of the workplace, like they are the happiest. They seem like the happiest because their life is not the end all be all. It's just the job. It's doing something else. It's like crocheting, it's cooking, starting a YouTube channel. It's doing little things that make them happy, soccer, things like that, because they have something outside of their job that keeps them happy. It keeps them energized. They just don't go home, turn on the TV, watch Netflix, watch everything all night until, darn, I have to go to work the next morning and did not complete anything. No, they actually have things outside that they enjoy to do. They don't need to have that mind rest because they're always like engaging in new things. Like having a life outside corporate is like such a big thing. And that's why I think that's the reason why I created this like YouTube channel as well. It helps me get my creative mind thinking and all the knowledge I just love to share with anyone, even if it just helps one person in corporate. Like that's a win for me. Cool things if you want to do outside of like corporate, if you like want to start your own thing. Like there's these two books right here by Chris Gullenboo, and The $100 Startup and Side Hustles. It's very good books for especially with like in corporate, of people in a 9-to-5 or corporate that wants to start something on the side, even just something small. Thank you for spending my lunchtime with me. Yay, I have 15 minutes left to eat. But thank you to everyone. And if you're in corporate right now, and like, what are the things that you do that help you be more happier? What other things you can share for other people? And if you want more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you in the next video.